Today I'm making a really fast omelet. I'm going to be using green pepper and mushrooms, and I've got a little bit of milk here to just loosen up the eggs, and those are the ingredients, so let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to break my eggs, and we'll get those into the bowl. And there's one, and there's two. Now what I always like to do is I use a little bit of milk. So I didn't measure it. Usually what I do is I just do a splash of milk for each egg. So 1, 2. Some people will use nothing. Some people will use water. It all depends on what you like. If you want a really an omelet that's a lot more tight and not as fluffy, then just don't use the water or the milk. But I like it like this. There are so many different ways of making an omelet. Everybody has a different technique and a different way of doing it. So, you know, with different ingredients. So I'm going to whip all this up. Alright, so I'm going to get my little hot plate going. And I'll set that up and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I am just going to pour a little bit of olive oil in here. You can use any type of oil you want. You can use vegetable oil or canola oil. I'm just using regular old olive oil from Costco. You can also take a little bit of oil and a little bit of butter. You can do half and half if you want. But anyway, that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm just going to get that around there like that. And I'm going to pop in the green pepper and the mushroom. And what I want to do is I just want to fry those up a little bit before I pour the egg in. So we're going to fry that up and I'll be back. Alright, I've been frying this up for probably about 3 minutes now. I didn't actually time it, but it's about that. And everything is really starting to get nicely caramelized and it's ready to go. So what you want to do is you want to turn down your heat. I get a really nice aroma from the green pepper. Something that you won't have if you just, you know, do it when everything's raw. So that's good like that. And then what you do is you just take your egg mixture and just pour it right over the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it sit there for a second. And you don't want to have your heat too high because you'll actually burn the bottom. So I'm just going to leave it like this. There are a few different techniques. What you can do is you can take your spatula, and if you have a lot of liquid on the top, you can actually make little incisions to the bottom here. So you put your spatula right to the bottom and you can kind of go right to the bottom and pull away, and it will tear the bottom of the egg, and some of the moisture will go down and fill that little slit that you made. And that is one way of doing it, or another way is to just kind of roll it around and just wait for it. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to turn my heat down even more here. I can feel it's pretty hot. And once it starts to set up, you should be able to get it pulling away from your fry pan quite easily. You can see I've still got quite a bit of liquid here. So I'm just going to let it go a little bit. And you just want to keep an eye on it. And it's getting nice and brown on the bottom now. And if you have a lot of liquid, see what you can do is you can just kind of pull it away from the sides, and then you can just kind of turn it around like this, and that will get rid of the egg that hasn't set yet. Doesn't take very long. There are many, many different techniques to doing this. Let me just do that. There we go. And there are so many different things that you can put into an omelet. Go. I'm just draining, just kind of putting it to the side like this, just letting it fall down, and there we go. That's pretty set up. Once I fold it over, all the heat together is we're going to really just cook it right inside. So that's good like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply get my, what you want to look for a good area where you can flip it, and then just flip it right over. And then just have your heat, make sure your heat's right off, and just let it sit there for another minute or so. And that will set everything up inside. Look at how nice and fluffy that is. I don't know if you can pick that up, but look at how fluffy that is. That's a great omelet. So it's just about a minute later, And let's just take this and pop it onto a plate. So I'll just pull this out of the way. And just take it and you just slide it over. There you go. And if you have anything else you want to put on there, like some home fries or maybe some tomatoes or fresh fruit, whatever you want. And I'm just going to take a little bit of pepper, pop that on there, a little bit of salt, and away you go. You can see just 2 eggs, and look at how much volume you have there. It's a beautiful little omelet. So there you go. I'll just grab a knife and a fork, and I'll just break it in half. And look at that. And there we go. So that's a really fast video for today. That's my green pepper and mushroom omelet. There you go. So that's it for this video. I'll see you next time. That is good. Yum.